How's your day been so far?
I started talking to the ex about the kid, and she went.
How's your day been so far?
I'm kind of just waiting for what's going on.
Okay.
I started talking to the ex about the kid, and she went.
How's your day been so far?
I'm kind of just waiting for what's going on.
Okay.
I started talking to the ex about the kid, and she went.
How's your day been so far?
I'm kind of just waiting for what's going on.
Okay.
I started talking to the ex about the kid, and she went.
How's your day been so far?
I'm kind of just waiting for what's going on.
Okay.
I started talking to the ex about the kid, and she went.
How's your day been so far?
I'm kind of just waiting for what's going on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had my mic muted.
Alright, there you were making me nervous, man. I was like, oh, what am I doing wrong here?
All right, man. Welcome back to Choosing Recovery's Men's Recovery Podcast. Week number 4, guys, or 5? Is this 4?
It was 4, I think.
It is. I think it's week
I ain't getting no picture.
number 4. It's because your camera's off. You might have hit the camera button, Mike. But yeah, we are back on week number 4. Topic for the day is going to be the importance of service work and giving back. First, we're going to go around. We're going to introduce ourselves. I'll start off. My name's Scott. I'm with Choosing Recovery. And you, Brian?
My name is. Shit. My name is Pat. They call me Recovery Grind Oatmeal on Midnight.
Okay. Brian, on to you.
Brian, I go under Addicted Mind on TikTok.
Awesome. I think Mike just got disconnected. That's all right. We will admit him when he gets back on. How's everyone's week been? Hectic?
Like here, put the hog in there.
Yeah, Scott, your video keeps cutting in and out, buddy. Yeah,
Mine does?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my new, I'm on a new tab and it seems to be a little slow.
Oh, okay. Whatever. We'll make it work.
I have a really good connection
Yeah, it's like you're talking in slow mo, but it's. I mean, whatever you gotta do, we'll make it work.
Talk and slow too.
Yeah.
I think that's like a vlog. I don't like.
If that's okay with you, me and Brian will just shoot the shit. Okay. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know why this guy doesn't want it. The tablet doesn't.
I don't know either. I gotta grab. Thought I had around here. Also gonna switch over for our live, so I don't know where Mike went. He disappeared.
So you got a bunch of alcoholics and ads trying to put something together.
It's all good though. We're making it work. I'm admitting you right now.
How's that?
Much better. I don't see you yet, but I can already tell by you talking.
I turned my Alright, how's that better?
Perfect.
Okay, cool.
Perfect.
All my cameras off.
Oh, it's horrible now. I don't know what. Turn it off! No, we're just joking. All right, so again, we're gonna get back started. No one's jumped on you anyway, so I don't know if you, Scott, were you here in the last? Were you here in the last one?
No, that was the Mother's Day one. That guy.
Yes, correct. So what we're gonna be doing is we talked over with the guys on Mondays and Fridays. If you can, we're gonna post a TikTok about the podcast of the upcoming podcast. That way, it's a refresher right after the podcast, and then the day before, so more people are more aware of it. That way, we can generate a bigger crowd and try to get the word out to more people that need to hear it, that need something like this.
I'm kind of shy on making videos.
Oh yeah, it look. You couldn't tell. So, all right, yeah, we're gonna jump right into it again. The topic of the day is the importance of service work and giving back. But again, we're gonna go around first and introduce ourselves. And I am Scott. I'm with Choosing Recovery. Brian, if you want to go next.
I'm Brian. I go under Addicted Mind on TikTok.
All right, Scotty boy.
I am Scott, recovering alcoholic. I go by Recovery Grind Oatmeal on TikTok.
Awesome. So we came up with this topic last week after the podcast because we wanted to really get into because I think almost, if not all of us, are content creators on TikTok, and we really wanted to discuss why we do what we do, and that's how the topic came into play of the importance of service work and giving back. So, if anyone would like to go, if you guys would like me to go, awesome.
We'll let you go first, and then you can call it in order if you want.
Perfect. So, honestly, this topic really hits at home for me because I've spent my whole life taking away from other people, and that includes myself. I was a manipulator. I was a liar. I was a cheater. It didn't anything shady I could do, I always did. Um, and those habits tended before even my addiction started. So it was it was so important to me in my early recovery to look at those things in my life, and I had to change every single aspect of my life, point blank, because I would always just try to change like one thing at a time and think like, all right, if I change this, I'm gonna be okay and successful. But then I still have that whole other issue that, it's all the small things that led me to where I was at. So for me, the definition of giving back is doing something without having another person look at you and patting you on the back. And where the service works come into play, whether that's sponsorship, whether that's going to meetings and being a greeter, giving someone a hug, opening the door for somebody, just doing the next right thing. I would think that would be the best definition. Oh, sorry, Rob just texted me. That'd be the next definition for service work for me. But I feel like the importance of giving back is, in order to keep it, you got to give it away. All these things that we've learned don't come unintended without having. That's what we can do for the newcomer, is share our experience, strength, and hope, and how we stay clean today. And I feel like that's only what we can do, is share what works for us, not push people in that direction. Like, let them choose how their recovery is going to go. But maybe they hear what I have to say and they don't relate at all, but they hear what Scott or Brian has to say and they just they 100% relate. They get it. That's the next thing that helps them get them through the door. I could sound like a broken record with that, and I don't care, because I just feel like that's just it's so important. I really do. But yeah, so that's my, and we're gonna have plenty of time to talk after too, just to shoot the shit and so that's my take on it. Scott, you want to go next?
Absolutely. Yeah, TikTok is what really got me into the giving back aspect. It got me really rolling with that, and the meetings, and then finding the Zoom meetings on TikTok was a huge help. And then of course I came across Recovery Mike and his nonprofit organization. So working with those guys has been great. That's the one I like. That's like the no pat on the back type of thing that I like about the giving back, is when you're working with a nonprofit, or I haven't had a chance to go out and actually do the outreach with them in Kensington and do the work, but I've been able to make donations. I've been able to promote the nonprofit. I've been able to buy merchandise from the nonprofit. Things like everything I can do. I mean, it's 7.5 hours away from me, so to be able to go there every weekend and do that would be impossible with what I have here at home. But and I tend to go live a lot on the weekends, on weeknights, and just sit and talk to people. Just last night, I had 2 people in my live that I talked to and helped through situations. And I have a lot of people now that reach out. I spend a lot of my time talking to people and helping them with their situations and trying to figure out what the next best thing is for them. Trying to help people find meetings, connecting with the right people for them. Because I'm by no means a guru. I'm by no means the guy that has all the answers, but I can direct people to the best situation for them, at least what I would hope would be the best situation for them at the time. I find myself getting enjoyment out of that, and it helps me stay sober. Helping other people, like you said, when people we have by giving it away. Without that aspect, it would be a lot more difficult to just sit here and do nothing. I mean, I have a very busy life. Don't get me wrong, but I make a lot of time to make sure that I'm there to help people and point them in the right direction if I can at all. And I've learned a lot. I learn a lot from them as well, though. You know what I mean? It's not just
You know what I love too, man? It wouldn't matter if there was 100 people watching this or no one, because sitting here, just us three, or whether we have all the group of guys, it's us taking time out of our day to do something to better ourselves. That was a huge part of my life that I never did before. I never did anything when I got clean and sober to take any time out of my day to better myself. But I always expected it to come so fast and unwillingly, like I didn't have to work for it, like, and that's why it never worked. Point blank. It's not. It's a simple program that we make very complicated, and it's just, I have a lot of respect for people out there that are doing what they're doing. Especially when I heard about TikTok, man, I thought it was for kids. I didn't know anything about it, and then all of a sudden there's this huge recovery community, and they're making and the videos was just so unselfish. Like, it's just you could reach out and ask for help, and it was always there. So we really wanted to be a part of it, and I'm really glad I get to meet you guys. So, yeah, Brian, on you, buddy.
I spent a lot of time in rehabs, and we had a lot of speakers. And the first 90 days, I was in a halfway house. Well, we did 90 and 90, but it was actually 1 in the morning, 1 at night. So we did a lot of meetings and speaker meetings, and there's always somebody doing something. And I don't know, I thought it was neat. I had the opportunity to speak at the rehab that I had gone to. So, I was nervous as hell, but I took the opportunity to speak at it. A couple of people ended up in tears hearing my story and came up, and I don't know, it was just real emotional when you realize how you touch people, and just helping that one person just kind of, help that person, and help another person, and help another person, and it just makes you feel good. Expect nothing in return, and just try and be there to help people that were there to help me. Then COVID hit, so before I found TikTok, I was doing a reefing channel on Instagram. I made a fish tank. I learned how to do a saltwater tank, and kind of showed it on Instagram for a while before it got taken down. And then I found TikTok and got on the recovery side of TikTok, because that kind of got out of my life, once COVID hit. I don't know, I found it and saw people making videos, and I don't know, I thought it was interesting. So I just started screwing around with it. Eventually, I think I posted something about recovery, and somebody had commented how it helped them. And it was ever since that point. I don't know, it's just helping others. And I took the CRS course for Pennsylvania. I didn't get to get certified because my health kind of got in the way. But if I can get my health under control, we're gonna get certified. See if we can get into it. See where my health goes first. But I kind of miss it.
Yeah. No.
That's kind of what I got on that.
Oh, awesome. So, what are you guys doing to stay clean today? Like, what are some things that you guys incorporate in your life to help you stay clean and sober today?
Connection.
Love it.
100% connection. It's all people that I met on TikTok. I mean, my wife is here, of course, and she is my biggest supporter, 100%. But, I got so many people that I talk to. You guys, our group chat, just being able to touch base with you guys in the morning, seeing the goofing around back and forth when we jokes. Like when I was trying to send my email the other day, I went through like 75 times.
It did.
I talked to a lot of my friends that I've made on TikTok, and personal phone calls even. It's grown beyond TikTok. It's grown into like a personal friendships with people. I just made a new friend the other day. I'm sure a lot of you guys might know who Joe Schmo is.
Mm-hmm.
on TikTok. He was a rather controversial character for a little while there. But once you get to know him and you talk to him a little bit, I mean, he has his own message and he tells it his way. He's a little gruff, he's a little abrasive for some people, but he's actually one of the nicest guys I've ever had the privilege to have a conversation with. And it worked out a lot better
Isn't it crazy how that works out?
Yeah. And, I got, there's Michelle Singletary, there's Mike, Recovery Mike, there's Recovery Tribe, there's the Real Big Dog, he's a good friend of mine. Now we talk on the phone, we stay connected through text messages. If I'm having a bad day, if they're having a bad day, we can reach out to each other and talk it out and figure out what the next right thing is to do instead of doing what we used to do. And it usually works pretty well because if I'm having a bad day, it's usually when Big Dog's having a good day. So he's up, he can talk me through it and help me out, and vice versa. And Recovery Mike's always up. That guy, he's always got some inspirational quote to throw at you to make you feel better about your day. I talked to Michelle Singletary, and she's one of the sweetest people on the entire planet, without a doubt. And she's always got nice things to say. And then there's always my wife, my beautiful wife. She's always got my back, and she always throws little tidbits at me too. The other day I was a little bit drained. I spent a good 3 hours on a live because somebody was just in a bad way and they didn't know what to do. They had nowhere to turn. And I told them, I said, I'll stay right on this live until you feel better. I said, I don't care if I'm out here all night long. That's what it takes. I'd rather sit and listen to you for a little while than ever have to hear about, their funeral, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd rather be here and just listen to you and help you with your problem. And when it was over, ultimately I ended up with 3 different people that were having a really hard time. And that can be a little bit draining a little bit draining at times to be the one that's trying to uplift so many people all at one time, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was done. I was a little drained, and my wife told me, well, you got to be careful, make sure you take care of yourself because you can't pour from an empty cup. And she was very correct.
Absolutely. Des Thomas says, Data Sobriety, September 25th, 2018. And she asks, how long have y'all been clean for?
Brian?
I've been clean since January 25th of 2017.
January 25th of 2017? It's amazing.
My original date was August 23rd of 2016, but after I left rehab, I took 2 of my mom's pain pills, got caught by probation, ended up back in jail, back in treatment, so I restarted my date for January.
Like they always say, Brian, it ain't how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up.
Absolutely. You're here right now.
And I'm glad that you're here, man.
Absolutely. You have a lot of amazing things that people need to hear on here, man. Scott, what's your...
Yeah. My sober date is 11/29/2020. I am 5 months and 2 weeks into it.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations, brother. And my recovery date is July 31st, 2018. Coming up on 3 years, baby. We're excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're excited.
And it's a good thing to be excited about. After 3 years, to still be excited about your recovery is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because everybody celebrates, you got your 30 days, your 90 days, your 6 months. Everybody's there and cheering for you. And from what I understand, after a while, that starts to wane a little bit. And I don't want it to. I want to celebrate my 6 months when it gets here. I want to celebrate my year when it gets here. And I'll tell you what, when I get a year and a month, I want to celebrate that day.
Absolutely.
Every day sober is a miracle, it's a blessing.
When every day's not guaranteed, especially.
That's it, every 24 hours.
Yeah. Every day is not guaranteed, so yeah, it does. And super proud of you too. That is amazing. That is amazing. You're coming up on 3 years soon too. So I know we've been talking about this. We got the camera now. We're gonna be able to set it up. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it so it adds on as another person to the Zoom meeting, so you guys will be able to see the chat as well. I'd even want to be able to get like the TikTok comments up, and we're gonna take a time during the podcast to where we go through like a bunch of questions. If people ask questions and things like that, where we can answer them and still continue on with the podcast as well. So we're definitely going to be growing. I'm super excited. This has been awesome. It's been super consistent. Everyone's I love the fact that you guys all answered and said who would be on and who can't be on in a timely fashion. I was super nervous about starting this, and it's honestly one of the. I'm just super happy.
I was just outside. I was actually outside doing yard work, and I just turned my John Deere mower into a lawn ornament. I seized the motor, and yeah, it was awesome. And then I'm outside talking to my wife, and she's like, you got like a few minutes. I was like, oh crap. I gotta go.
Even your wife knows that's awesome. Like that's awesome.
Well, I'm still covered in grass as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and yeah, my lawnmower's out there. So I'm going to actually go finance a new one this week because I am tired of old crappy lawnmowers.
Yeah. So, Brian, do you want to name some? You want to tell us some things that help you stay clean and sober throughout your day? Things that help you out and.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I have TikTok, and I have a group of people that I talk to on a personal level. If I have any issues or, any concerns, problems, whatever, I have a list of people that I can get a hold of somebody 24 hours a day. Just helping other people. It's really all I do right now. I'm considered fully vaccinated as of yesterday, so I can start, moving around.
Awesome.
I don't know. I'm going to start seeing if there's any places, I can speak, or any rehabs or letting you visit or anything like that. Start trying to do some of that stuff again. Just don't do too much right now, but, once everything starts opening up and we can get back out, we'll start.
Awesome. Yeah, Des, that's amazing. She said MAT saved me. I think that's going to be one of our group topics coming up in the next couple of weeks about people's definitely different opinions on MAT. But we're a judgment-free podcast, and that's why I'm so happy with the group of guys that we have, because from what I know, you know what I mean, we all have our opinion, but we all stand pretty much by everyone's choices.
I utilize Suboxone.
Absolutely. Yep. I was on
2.5 years, I think.
Yep. I've been on the Sublocade shot for for the last 3 years. So
Yeah, it took me a year and a half to taper, I think.
Yep.
To taper off of it, but
I think anything that helps you become a better person and a more productive person in your own life is an amazing thing. However, whatever path you take to get there,
Yep.
if it makes your life better and stops you from dying from using drugs and you don't have to rob your grandma for it, perfect. Like that's amazing.
Absolutely. And especially if you have structure in your life, because you can abuse those things. You really can. But you can abuse anything in life. But MAT has always been a very strong subject for people. But on here, like I said, we're a judgment-free zone. If you smoke weed, that's your choice. Honestly, it's all on what gets you through your day. We're just here to.
There are different groups for different people too. Like there's the NA purists for sure.
Yep.
That believe, clean and sober means you use
Yep.
nothing, which is fine. That's the path that works for them, and that's the program that they work.
Yep.
God bless them. And then there's people that are in NA that's a little bit different, where they're accepted as being on MAT and other forms of medically assisted
Yep.
treatment, and they find their group of people, and that's amazing too. I think it's great no matter how you get there, as long as you get there.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. I work a 12-step program, and I have since that was always my way of recovering, and it's always what worked for me. I believe everything that the program tells me, but if I work a 12-step program and I judge other people for how they're working their recovery, does that mean I work a 12-step program? Absolutely not, because I'm taking other people's inventory, and that's wrong. That's not that you can't tell me you're working a 12-step program when you're judging other people in recovery for the way they're recovering. That's not part of the program. So anyone that does that and says that, they're silly. I'm sorry, but so yeah, I appreciate that. Scott, if everyone here is welcome. It doesn't matter if you need help. It doesn't matter if you're still under the influence. Come here. When you guys were talking about like when COVID hit, there were some people that weren't ready to have their meetings taken away. They didn't have their support network. They had, it doesn't matter what kind of meetings or anything. Their support network was taken away. That put a lot of people in a very unhealthy position. And that's why I think a lot of us are doing what we're doing. That's why me and my wife started Choosing Recovery, is an outlet for people to have, to be able to reach and to have, to fall onto, so they didn't have to go back out and pick up a drug or a drink.
I think the pandemic created a lot of alcoholics that didn't even know they were alcoholics.
Absolutely. So, again, I think with that, 3:30, yeah. So, I think that was a great. I like that topic. You know what I mean? I feel, I always say in our interviews, you know, it's why the importance of to giving back. I just think it generally help you stay clean. So.
So Scott, if you don't mind me asking, your wife is also in recovery, right?
Yes. Yep. She's going on 4 years, and we.
I caught a little bit of their podcast the other day. It was pretty good.
Yeah, so we're trying to, and if you're a woman in recovery, so Des, like, if you would like to join, we have the women's podcast every Sunday. You can message us right on here on our Choosing Recovery TikTok or on our YouTube. If you're interested in that and being a part of that, let us know. We are trying to generate more women so we can have, like how we have the big group of guys. We want that for the women as well, especially because she was the one that came up with the idea. We just wanted it equal for both men and women, you know, to have that going on. So if you guys know any women that would like to be a part of that haven't gotten to hear that we're doing it yet, feel more than free to let them know. That's why we want to make the videos for Monday and Friday, so people know that it's what we're doing. Because that's how we got a lot of the guys, like 4 of the guys from just watching our first podcast. So.
And if I can make a suggestion, when you make your video, make it anywhere from like 7 to 12 seconds max.
Perfect.
And you definitely, when it hits the algorithm, it tends to get way more views. A lot more people see it that way. The longer videos don't get as many views.
It's unfortunate. I feel like a lot of people put a lot of time and effort in their videos, but I appreciate that tip, man, because we've been having a lot of trouble figuring out the TikTok algorithm, you know. So.
Yeah, dude, if you make the longer videos, people don't watch them. They just don't watch them all the way through. But if you give them, and if it's a shorter video, even if people don't mean to watch the whole thing, 7 to 12 seconds, they usually end up watching it, which gives it more time, and then it gets thrown on the For You page.
Yeah.
It gets more circulation.
Well, I definitely appreciate that tip, man. I really do. Huh?
Just create drama. You'll get all the attention you want.
Oh my God. Yeah.
My wife's a lot prettier than I am. I should just put her in my TikTok.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want. That's what I'm saying. So, guys, I had a blast. I think we're gonna cut it off there. If you guys want to chat after real quick, we can come up with a topic for next week.
I'm gonna go have a funeral for my lawnmower.
Oh my God. Well, guys, thank you for joining Choosing Recovery's Men's Recovery Podcast. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Women's Podcast at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And make sure to join back. Thank you all.